Okay, so first thing I want you to do is take your pencil or your pen and just cross out the answers that are in there, right? The ones I left in there, just cross them out. And where it says still our eyes and all that, you can just completely cross them out so you don't have to do anything with those, right? The ones in the boxes, you know what I'm talking about? Okay. All right, so we talked about TP-Cast. We talked about Still Our Eyes in the last class, okay? Let's just look at Phenomenal Woman. But before we do that, we're gonna do the first step in our TP-Cast. Does anybody remember what the first step in our TP-Cast is, where it says title? You remember? Oh, I thought you had your hand up. Okay. So on our TP-Cast, you notice, again, and this is all the same instruction I gave you, but you notice on the back side it has the instructions of what you're supposed to do on each step, okay? Now, I have amended these instructions a little bit, so you gotta pay attention, okay? Because there are some things it tells you to do, and I don't want you to do all that. So, TP-Cast stands for title, paraphrase, connotation, attitude, shifts, title, and theme, okay? So in the first box, flip it over, make sure you're looking at this side, okay? In the first box where it says title, the directions say, ponder the title before reading the poem. What do you expect the poem is going to be about? Now, name of the poem is Phenomenal Woman. Anybody have any guesses as to what this poem is going to be about? Anyone? Don't read it. Don't cheat, Maldonado. I see you over there reading. Don't cheat. Leonardo. A woman that has confidence. So, okay. So you think it's going to be about a woman that has confidence? That's what I want you to write in the box. Okay. So in the first box, you say, I think this is going to be about a woman who has confidence, right? Multiple things you could have written there. All right, you know it's about Maya Angelou, so that kind of gives it away. Maya Angelou. Were it written by someone different, you might think it's going to be a poem about someone praising a certain woman, right? Calling her phenomenal, right? Okay. Now, that's what we do in the first box. Now, next, what we're going to do is read the poem. So if you have the poem up on your iPad, take a look at it. I'm going to read through it. By the way, like this poem and Still Our Eyes in general, but especially for young women, I think it's good poems for you to read. So pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say, it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, that's me. I walk into a room just as cool as you please, into a man, the fellows stand or fall down on their knees. Then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. I say, it's the fire in my eyes, and the flash in my teeth, the swing in my waist, and the joy in my feet. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, that's me. Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say they still can't see. I say, it's the arch of my back, the sun of my smile, the ride of my breast, the grace of my style. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, that's me. Now you understand why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump or have to talk real loud. When you see me passing, it ought to make you proud. I say, it's in the click of my heels, the bend of my hair, the palm of my hand, the need of my care, because I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, that's me, okay? Very, 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 very powerful. Now, paraphrase. The paraphrase box says, if you look at the directions, it says, rewrite the poem in your own words. That's ridiculous, okay? We're not gonna do that. But I do want you to paraphrase it, meaning shorten it, summarize it, give me the basic idea. If I were to approach you as someone who had never read the poem and ask you, what is Phenomenal Woman about? What is it saying? You would say what? Anybody? What would you say? You'd have to take it a step further DNR basically kind of hit the nail on the head. But you'd have to take it a step further than a woman talking about how she's confident, right? You would have to give me detail. There's a woman who's confident talking about, just as an example, there's a woman who's confident talking about what happens when she enters a room. I mean a room of men. I said that backwards. A room of men, right? She talks about blah, 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 blah. And then expand upon it. Okay? Expand upon the idea. Everybody clear on that? And what you need to do? Yes, yes? Okay. Next one. And you can come back and do this because you're going to have time. Connotation. Connotation. Here it says underlined word, so I want you to pick a word. There may not be a word that jumps right out. Okay? Even if there's a word, what you want to do is pick a word you may not know the meaning of. But even if you know the meaning of it, just pick a word. Okay? Because this vocabulary isn't necessarily super high in here, right? Obviously, the one that would jump out would be phenomenal, right? Phenomenal. Like, you could choose phenomenal as an idea. And then denotation is the dictionary definition of the word, right? So you would look the word up and write the dictionary definition. And then connotation is what does the word mean in the context used here? Meaning I want you to write what your definition of it is based upon what you've read. And then, so do that first and then look up the dictionary definition. Right? That way you don't cheat and do it backwards. Question? Okay. Everybody, question? If I'm moving through this quickly, it's because I already explained it before. Attitude. What is the attitude in this particular poem? Confident is there from Still I Rise. That would also work. What else? I want you to write 2 or 3 words that you think describe her attitude in this particular poem. Okay? Everybody good on that? Shifts. We talked about what shifts are. Shifts are where is a line in the poem where the attitude or the tone shifts and changes and goes in a different direction, right? When we were looking at Still I Rise, she said, you may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may try me in the very dirt, but still like dust I'll rise. And then we wrote that, oh, the but still like dust I'll rise is where the attitude changes, right? Because she talks about all of these negative things, and then she says, but still like dust I'll rise, right? That's what you're looking for when you're looking for shift. Where does the attitude change in the poem? Is there a line? Usually there's more than one line that fits that, okay? Title. If you look at the direction, it says now, look at the title on an interpretive level. Now that you've read the poem, what do you think the title means? Now in this case, again, DNR hit the nail right on the head, so you just write what it means, right? It's the same thing, yes. And then theme. We've talked about theme. Theme, what's the definition of theme? Anyone? 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 $5? $5, $20 for a dub. Nobody knows the definition of theme? All right. Theme is the central idea. Some of you like to say the message, okay? The central idea. And remember, when we write themes, themes can be very broad and very general. Like the theme is love. The theme is happiness. The theme is betrayal. The theme is trust, right? Coming of age. Or the theme can be written specifically as a thematic statement, which is be careful who you trust, right? If you want to write it that way, right? Be careful who you fall in love with. Something like that. There. You write what you believe the theme of this poem is. Does anybody have questions on what you're supposed to do? Okay. That's today's assignment. Now, I gave you hard copies because students tend to enjoy hard copies more than the digital ones. You can use whichever one you want. If you want to fill it in on your iPad, that's fine. If you're writing on the paper, take a photo of it, submit it on Canvas once you are done. Okay? All assignments are expected to be turned in the next day, and then we talked about our hard due dates. Yes? Matter of fact, let me write that up here. It's not that many confusion. February 5th. Okay.